Alright, so we have a special map on our hands. It's Redshift. On the bottom left side, the pink Zerg representing Psystorm Gaming. It's Warren. And on the top side of Redshift, representing, I believe it's Meliora Gaming. I hope I said that right. It's PandaBearMe. Alright, so we got a feisty matchup on our hands. It's a ZVZ on Redshift. It's going to get wild up in here. Is someone going to take the gold? It looks like both players are going to take the gold. Both of these boys going straight for it. No shame here. So definitely the most viable route to go in ZVZ on Redshift. If you were wondering, now you know. Somebody asked, is this the winner's bracket? I believe that it is. So should be pretty good. In fact, let me double check that. I don't even want to give you an I believe. I want to make sure. But yes, let's see here. No, excuse me, I was wrong. It is in fact the loser's bracket. So I'm glad that I confirmed that. Sorry about that. So whoever loses this is definitely out of the tournament, or of the qualifier for today. I believe that there is one more. I'll have to double check that as well. But the bracket is in the chat in case you're wondering. So you're going to be able to see that for yourself as well. Just use ! bracket. Alright, so PandaBearMe opening up standard. We're going to see if he cuts his gas. Same thing, except Warren is a little different. He's transferring some workers. It's interesting to see who transfers more. So basically we have a solid 7 workers from PandaBearMe and 8 workers here from Warren. So it's basically the same type of transfer. Wow. Okay, Warren is busting out the cheeky play already. I really love what he's doing here. If you guys don't realize what this is for, not only does this protect him, but more importantly, Warren is going to be able to spread creep all the way to PandaBearMe's side. And wow, PandaBearMe, he's already on top of this. This is definitely the meta here on Redshift in ZVZ. Okay, so we have 2 spine crawlers going down. And in fact, Warren cancels one, so very nice. Basically keeps things on 1 versus 1 spine for now. And he's actually going to go for the cancel on the second one as well. Is he going to commit to the cancel? He's not going to get it though. So the second spine crawler does go down. And Warren got his a little bit sooner, although he doesn't have a second one being made. It is coming down a little bit sooner. And in fact, PandaBearMe does cancel his second spine. I'm not quite sure what the reasoning is. I guess it's because he knows he's got map control now, so that spine isn't as necessary. And another cheeky play here. We got some banelings coming out from PandaBearMe. Is he going to be able to detonate them like on the other side of the mineral patch? Is that a thing? I think we're about to learn something here, folks. Let's find out together. Oh, he's gonna use it on the spine just to one-shot it. That's pretty nice. And now this leaves room for PandaBearMe's spine to reign supreme. Warren never invested in the second one, and I think that was a big mistake here. PandaBearMe calculated risk, canceled his second one, but it appears to be enough to give Warren a hard time. Alright, so Warren trying to get a couple lings over there, but PandaBearMe is on top of defending this spine here, and Warren sort of knows that that gold is going to be forfeit. He already has his 3rd hatch down, so that's pretty darn convenient. We have a pretty good trade there for Warren. Good start. He's got 2 Banes, but they're not going to get that much value. A couple lings and a Bane. I suppose that's fine. Alright, so we have a stray queen, and that Bane was looking scary for a second, but Warren is on top of his reaction. This is what ZVZ is all about. These 2 queens, though, are going to get caught. Alright. Oh, so 1 queen is actually let go. Pretty scary micro situation. Really nice trades here from PandaBearMe. Warren with the ling numbers, though, going to defend, but not without losing that second queen there. Oh, that Baneling was looking pretty toasty. Alright. So overall, Good defense by Warren. You know, you gotta know, he still has his third hatchery. He still has his gold, even though it's not mining. PandaBearMe is mining a lot off of his gold, though. So if you take a look at the income tab, you almost have 400 resources mined per minute more in favor of PandaBearMe when it comes to minerals. And Warren is taking a beating here. He's losing a lot of workers. Basically, PandaBearMe is 6 workers ahead of Warren, so the damage is painful. But I don't think you can count Warren out just yet. I feel like he could turn this around. But this spine is going to be putting in work. PandaBearMe is not done with his aggression just yet, and the queen goes down as well. So now Warren's hatchery is just left on its own. Warren is going to swoop by with some links. The spine doesn't have too many hit points, so he should be able to take this out and salvage his base. And he's going to bring some workers back to mine. He's pretty confident that he's going to take it down. So pretty nice play there, getting the spine, catching PandaBearMe away from it. Oh, and these banelings trying to catch PandaBearMe off guard, but he's having none of that. Really swift reactions here from the red Zerg. And solid defense here by Warren. Alright, so these two Banes could have maybe had a connection there, but they didn't really get in contact with those lings. Alright, that Baneling does go down. Alright, cool. So basically, in ZVZ, you know, typically the Zergs are going to trade 2 Banelings at a time because it takes 2 Banelings to kill a Baneling. So typically they'll send 2 at a time. And to kill drones and to kill other things. So that's why you always see it this way. But PandaBearMe is really taking care of the business right now. Warren is trying to swoop in with these Banes, but there's nothing much to kill here. You know, there's a couple other Banes, Roaches, and the Roaches are going to go in first, so these Banes are not going to get too much value. Alright, I was afraid there for Warren for a second. This is a very tight situation. 74 supply for PandaBearMe. Warren only has 38 supply, and it's dwindling. Really nice around, though. Oh, he had to let the Roaches go. The Banelings coming in to clutch and defend PandaBearMe's Roaches. Pretty sick connection there. The Roaches are all red HP. They have like 3 HP apiece and they're still alive. So this hatchery is about to go down. I mean, Warren should be able to save this base. He's also mining on his gold, but the worker count, you know, is vastly in favor of PandaBearMe. PandaBearMe has over double the drones that Warren has. So at this point, Warren needs to go in with his whole army and, you know, if not end the game, kill about 20 drones to come back here. On top of all the reprod that is coming out from PandaBearMe. So I wish him luck because I think he's going to need it. So let's see here. We have some pretty good aggression by Warren. He manages to get into the gold base here because the mineral patch was completely mined. That's really nice. And the Lings are getting some damage, but nothing too crazy. 18 workers left for Warren and still 41 for PandaBearMe. Looking like he's gonna hold, no problem. I love that he tried to build an Evo chamber here to just block off his entrance to his base. It's not really gonna work for long because that mineral patch is gone too soon. So Warren knows that he's far behind. He knows he needs to make some magic happen, so he's gonna swoop in again. But he realizes that there are a lot of Roaches here, and he's not even able to take them. This is definitely a compromising position for the Pink Zerg. So there's not really any other counterattack happening from Warren. PandaBearMe is slowly but surely taking down his hatchery. It doesn't look like Warren is going to be able to hold down on all fronts with his current army. I feel like he should send 3 Roaches to defend his gold, but he needs everything he has here to defend, so it's looking like a really rough spot. As you can see, oh, those Roaches actually left. That's surprising, actually. I feel like there was nothing contesting those Roaches. Alright, so Warren is on 2 Ravagers. It's looking like the end of the game. 22 supply left to PandaBearMe's 102. It was a valiant effort, but GG is thrown, and PandaBearMe takes game number 1 in this best of 3. GG, GG. Not too shabby at all. So, yeah, that's some pretty solid ZVZ. I've actually never seen a ZVZ on Redshift yet, so that's my first one that I've ever witnessed. And very interesting meta with the spines there. Very funny plays. Like, it's worth taking the gold bases, but at the same time, you have to invest quite a bit to defend them. So I'm not sure, you know, if it's the best thing, but, you know, obviously these guys know more than me. And we're hopping into the next game. So it should be good. It should be good because it's really hard to defend that base. And as you saw from PandaBearMe's side, when you mine it out, then all of a sudden you're very, very vulnerable. So let's say you do take that base and it does end up mining out, but you were behind in that game, then it's even harder to defend, right? So I feel like, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You get a boost in economy, but you do need to ensure that you're not going to get punished for mining out and stuff like that, and you're in a solid position when you do mine out, basically. So it should be good. So there's actually a couple streams casting this, but it should be all right. I think everyone's ready. Let's do this. Our next game, our second game in this best of 3. It's in the losers bracket, so if Warren doesn't win this one, he's out of the qualifiers. If he does, he gets to move on and still has a shot at qualifying. See you guys on the flip side. Alrighty, so we're playing this one on Dreamcatcher. The Pink Zerg representing Sidestorm Gaming. It's Warren. And on the top left side of Dreamcatcher, the winner of the last round, representing Meliora Esports, it's PandaBearMe. I think that's what it is, right? I think so. Alright, so I'm not quite sure what the ZVZ meta is on Dreamcatcher. The gold base meta was pretty obvious, but it's a big map, so hatch first definitely does make sense here. No crazy plays, and also like the attack path is in a straight line, right? So it's pretty easy for the overlords to catch things running out, especially once the OBs do get to the front of the natural here. Very hard for any Zerg really to deny that information. Basically need to get a queen. You got to push the OVs away so that you can sneak around from the left and right sides here. Let's not get caught by those other overlords. So basically, we'll see how this pans out. We'll see who ends up being the most aggressive. We'll see who ends up being the most greedy. There's a fine line between the two in ZVZ. Alright. So basically mirror builds on both sides here. Nothing too crazy. Both players are sending both overlords in the same directions. Really just your typical standard game here. So here we go. PandaBearMe is going to be the aggressor here. He's opening up with 6 lings. It's actually relatively standard, but he's the one that is investing in the aggression a little bit earlier, and Warren is the one that invested in the workers a little bit earlier. So he does have a 3 or 4 worker lead just because he didn't make those lings, right? But the thing is, I think Warren is going to be in a good spot because he needs to hold off those 6 lings with a queen or 2 and some, you know, okay drone micro, you know, and he won't really lose anything. He'll be in an okay place. And in fact, Warren is trying to get a wall off. He brings his second queen in position, so these lings are really not going to get anything done at all. And he did get his inject down, so really these queens did what they had to do. And this is what I was talking about earlier. PandaBearMe is using 2 queens to push the overlords away so that he can, you know, be as sneaky as he can with any follow-up aggression that he decides to push to dish out. Getting a second Overlord here would be pretty damn bad for Warren. So hopefully for him, he manages to save this. Queens are pretty darn slow, but it looks like they might just be able to. The Overlord, they're just barely going to make it away. Oh, snap. Warren loses 2 Ovies. That is a brutal opener for him. PandaBearMe in control now. I mean, the defense of the Lings was really good, but unfortunately for Warren, losing those 2 Ovies was brutal. So reinvesting those 200 minerals, losing that time of production due to the supply block. Wasn't that long of a supply block, but he still lost at least 15 seconds of production time, I would say. So definitely painful for the Pink Zerg. Hopefully he can turn it back around. He is in the lead in supply though, so I guess he feels compelled to do some damage. +1 missiles is about to finish, and a lot of roaches are being made now. So basically, it's up to Warren to make some magic happen. He is gonna push out with the 3 queens as well. So this is an extreme all-in. We even get the creep highway here. So Warren pulling out all the cards to get across the map ASAP. Even got the creep tumor just to make his way ASAP. So creep highway is I find it's an underused tactic by a lot of Zergs. So props to Warren for boosting up his aggression as fast as he can, as efficiently as he can. And we have 4 spines being made by PandaBearMe. He doesn't have, you know, much defense besides that. He's got 3 queens. I feel like Warren needs to go up now. And there he goes, right? He shouldn't have hesitated. He needs to snipe all 4 of those spines before they finish, because then the injects are going to be going down unless he kills the queen with the energy. So now there's only 1 queen left. And Warren coming in pretty darn strong. He's got his queens here too. He's got a couple injects, but there are 2 spines, so he needs to take them out really quickly. He's got to focus fire both those spines before the drones, before anything else, and then maybe he's going to be able to take this game off PandaBearMe. I think he's actually doing it though. Look at the supplies, guys. 74 to 28. PandaBearMe taps out. What a beautifully executed all-in by Warren. Toasty. That was great. That was actually really, really nicely done. Very impressive. So, guys, we got another series on our hands. It's 1-1 between these two. Looking good, guys. A great match. Great games, great results. Oh, I need to turn off my replay bot so you guys don't get spoilered, though. Haven't done tournaments in a while. I forgot about my bot. Okay, but it doesn't say the winner, so that's good. It just puts the replay there, so it's not that big of a deal. But I still turned it off. So we have a lot of people watching. Welcome, everybody. Cobber, Non-Imba, Stelito. Welcome, guys. Anyone else I haven't said hi to yet? Hello. Hopefully you guys are enjoying. Good times. We have game number 3 coming right up. I actually charged my phone so I can make sure my alerts are being updated because, yeah, something happened and I couldn't get into the app. So let me fix that real quick while we're loading up this game. Can't give you guys the respect you deserve for all the subs and the hype. 1 moment. Remember this computer for 30 days. Verify token. Restart session. All right. Okay, so yeah, we're here. We're back. My Twitch alerts is working. And yeah, we're looking sharp. So we got a few follows. Shout out to Dank Shrine for the follow. Pretty awesome. Shout out to Inzane for the follow as well. Penguin once again for 35 bits, and Juvia gifting that sub to Helputine. Amazing. So these guys are just taking a moment. We're already there, but for some reason we just have yet to start. So someone's doing something. Shouldn't be too long. And let's see how many people we got here. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Okay, so everyone's ready. Let's get into it. We have our next game between PandaBearMe and Warren. Toasty! Oh my god, even Toasty was hyped. He wasn't supposed to come out there, but he did. Even Toasty is ready. Alrighty, guys. So the score is tied. It's 1-1 on the top right side of Lost and Found. The pink Zerg. It's Warren. And on the bottom left side of Lost and Found, the red Zerg, it's PandaBearMe. So to summarize what happened here, PandaBearMe took a pretty convincing game number 1. Very special game on Redshift, a very unique meta that doesn't exist on the other maps because of the gold base and how close the two gold bases are to one another. Both of them made a spine crawler and tried to duke it out. PandaBearMe ended up taking that fight and harassed Warren's gold and denied so much mining till he won the game. And in game 2, Warren had fended off PandaBearMe's few lings, but PandaBearMe ended up getting a few Overlord snipes, and I believe that compelled Warren to maybe all in. I don't know if it was part of the plan already, but he decided to all in with everything that he had left and with the economy that he had, so that the economic advantage that PandaBearMe created for himself wouldn't really take effect at that point of the game. So he all in with roaches and lings and queens and creep highway, basically everything in the Zerg arsenal at that time to take out PandaBearMe in game number 2. So in essence, all those things being said, here we are now. Game number 3 between these two Zergs. So Lost and Found is a more standard map than the other two that we saw. Dreamcatcher, you know, the third base is really far away, whereas on Lost and Found it's a lot closer. And Redshift had the gold base, which isn't really a factor on Lost and Found or Dreamcatcher. So in essence, this is the most standard quote-unquote map, or quote-unquote standard map. And we'll see what kind of game these guys decide to dish out. The rush distance on Lost and Found isn't too short, so it's a bit of a risk, you know. There are a lot of paths for the Overlords to catch the links going across, so I was gonna say I'd be surprised to see some aggression, but you know what? It looks like PandaBearMe is getting ready for it. He's going for the Baneling Nest, and he's researching speed. He's just gonna ramp up for an attack soon. He actually cut drone production as well. He's saving his larva. Actually, never mind. He just built 2 more. So he's not committing to a push just yet. It might just be a safety Baneling Nest, like a really safe Baneling Nest. But I don't see what would trigger that from him. He saw like 4 lings. That's about it. And he also sees Warren's third base, so that should trigger PandaBearMe into taking a third base as well. But we'll see. Like I said, PandaBearMe has an early an early Baneling Nest, so I don't think he's quite interested in taking that third just yet. And in fact, he's going to go for the fast lair as well as 2 more gases. So he is going to be using that Baneling Nest defensively, but the main purpose is to tech up. Oh, and the cancel doesn't really go down on that spine, so pretty solid pick there for Warren. So basically, it's up to Warren to realize that PandaBearMe is not on a third base. PandaBearMe did take his other gases, although he didn't start mining from them yet. He is now. And most importantly, he wants to know what tech PandaBearMe ends up taking with all this. So we do have an attack coming in, but the Banelings are getting some pretty good value, pretty solid defense. The Lings are going to manage to squeeze in, so the tech wasn't really put down yet by PandaBearMe, so Warren is not really going to know what all this gas is for. He's just going to know that something is up. And whatever is up right now, we're about to find out. Once the aggression is truly over. I do think that, okay, these Banelings got a pretty solid connection. I was going to say the Queens needed to block off here, but the Banelings were pretty good. It was a pretty good bait. So there you go. We have, oh god, these guys are pinging. You shouldn't ping. All right. Basically, the Spire is coming up. So that's the most important thing. It is useful to know that the 2 Banes are there, though. So they are coming in. Oh, the second Bane detonates on the Queen, so no drones get killed there. And we have Warren coming in with a lot of roaches. We have PandaBearMe trying to counterattack with these lings, but he is going to turn back to intercept these roaches. I think he knows they're out here. Or he does now. Yeah, so he just gives Warren a few lings, but he realizes he can't really take this fight. And Warren is not letting him move back to his base either, so these lings are going back home. So the big question here, did the scout get off with those banelings? It did, but did Warren really notice what was up there? Warren is not really... See, that's the thing. Did Warren actually realize... Like, he scouted it, but he definitely didn't click on it, right? He just needs to see that building and say, hey, that's a spire. That's basically what he needs to do. Because at the moment, let me tell you guys, Warren does not have a spore. He is not making queens. He did not notice this. And he's basically trying to end the game right now. But look at how many spine crawlers are here. Like 6 of them from PandaBearMe. And the mutas are coming out. So basically, lings are really fast. But mutas will be able to clean those up eventually. Especially if the drones are being pulled. There's not going to be a lot of damage potential here for Warren, unfortunately. And it looks like PandaBearMe is going to be able to swing back pretty hard. Does get the Overlord as well. So in essence, Warren does have a third base, but he's not going to be able to defend it. He's droning up. He should be building spores. He's building a couple, 1 per base. The third is getting a spore as well. So every base getting the spore treatment. But with the number of queens that are here, there's 1 extra queen being produced at the moment. I feel like Warren is going to have a mighty hard time. Then again, if these queens had injects and stuff, it'd be a little bit better, but still not enough mutas for PandaBearMe just yet. So Warren is doing okay, but I feel like if, you know, there was just a few more mutas, I think he could have definitely done a lot of damage here. And in fact, he should be able to outmaneuver those queens as well. But I really love the positioning of the spores from Warren. He's basically defending this with a lot of confidence, which is really nice because he's not overcommitting to the defense here, which is probably something PandaBearMe would want, because PandaBearMe did end up making... I thought he had some units on his production tab here. He's just making more mutas. So actually, that's it. It's he's going to be able to just get that critical mass and eventually take out the queens, because no other queens are being produced at the moment. It's either that or Warren somehow gets Hydra Tech. But I don't really see a Hydra Den being made. You know, the lair isn't even finished, in fact, for Warren. So he's in deep, deep, deep doo-doo. So this hatch is going to get some injects. It's not going to die just yet. But PandaBearMe should be able to swoop around either the Nat or the main and get some more damage done. He should be active at all times with these mutas. That's really the big thing here. So we'll see if he's able to get some more damage done. Another Overlord does go down. And you know what I like is that PandaBearMe actually kept the reinforcements of the mutas a secret. Like, he didn't really reveal them yet. So Warren could have been thinking, hey, PandaBearMe isn't committing, but he ended up committing. So now Warren is going to have to move all those queens, but not before he loses a bunch of drones and a spore crawler here. In fact, so many mutas, he could take out both spores. But the injects, the transfuses, pretty clutch there. But not before Warren loses even more workers. But you know what? This game was pretty crazy, pretty back and forth. But only 13 workers killed. And I'm saying only. I mean, PandaBearMe is in a solid lead. But given all these mutas, I feel like Warren... and how little he had, Warren's been doing a good job defending. So yeah, definitely doesn't want to lose this upgrade here. That's +1 missiles being made, and there aren't many injects left. Oh, wow. So the gas geyser's going down. And the mutas are going to leave. Oh, he doesn't lose one. Has like, has a few hit points left. Not very many. This Overseer of Warren is going to get a pretty good scout as to what's happening. He still sees the Spire. If he's really attentive, he'll know that Spire is upgrading. He'll know that this is researching as well. And Warren getting the Overlord snipe, excuse me, this time. So that's good, but it's a little late given PandaBearMe opened up with 2 kills, right? But that was the game before, excuse me. So we'll see. I don't know. PandaBearMe is just in a solid lead here. I really love the decision of Warren to go for the Infestors right now. I think that that's his one way to come back. A couple clutch fungal growths there will definitely bring Warren back, but they need to be incredible. Because mutas do clump up a lot, but PandaBearMe has excellent control. As well, burrow fungal isn't really a thing anymore, so it's going to be hard to get those shots off. Alright, so PandaBearMe scouting for a 4th base. In fact, his 4th is up and running now, with some pretty solid defense as well. Pretty decent game here from both players. But it's an uphill battle for Warren. It's going to have to be the sickest engagement, because these numbers are not a joke. So we'll see. All right, so PandaBearMe is aware of the fungal growth here. One shot was fired, didn't really land. PandaBearMe gonna swoop in, not feeling the urge to commit just yet. He could actually kill this hatch. Can't be injected while it's building, so a cancel goes down and the drone gets killed, so that's very nice. And Creep Tumor is being sniped as well. So PandaBearMe just knowing he's in a great position, knowing that Warren doesn't have a 4th base, knowing that Warren doesn't really have an answer for his mutas. I mean, he does, but it's not a guaranteed answer, not a mobile answer. You know, this is gonna have to be a very long game for Warren to come back with the right numbers to beat PandaBearMe. So here we go. Anything is possible, though. All it takes is a couple clutch fungals, but it's hard to make those happen. Excuse me. Alright, so there was a Baneling. I thought I saw something. So there was a Baneling, but I didn't get too many kills here. 26 kills in total with all the attacks that PandaBearMe has done together this game. So pretty good for him. These Lings are really risky. I mean, I guess PandaBearMe can afford it right now. Basically keeping an eye on the army composition and trying to get a couple drone kills as well. So this is when Warren would want to have like his army in an awkward position to try and just surprise these mutas, right? Because there are moments where PandaBearMe is macroing behind this. He's not constantly looking at these mutas, although he is right now. There are little moments where he's looking away, and basically Warren needs to capitalize on these moments. And yeah, the difference in supply is crazy right now, but Warren is slowly catching up. Slowly. It's very slow, but the thing is, taking a direct engagement with these mutas is very, very difficult. Maybe not even possible against what Warren has. But he can harass. PandaBearMe can kill some bases, kill some drones, kill some tech, pull in and out. You just got to be vigilant. Look at all these Banelings making their way into Warren's 3rd base here. Getting the gas and the spore. Why not? And that fungal misses once again. PandaBearMe's control is a little too good right now to fall for this. I think Warren needs to create more distractions to clutch those fungals. Because if PandaBearMe has nothing else distracting him, I think it's going to be very hard to actually land them. So we have a maxed out PandaBearMe against a 3-base Warren. PandaBearMe also took his 5th base and his 6th base. And yeah, one of them is mining. Ultralisks are done. The Hive Tech is done. The Carapace for Ultras is almost on the way. Almost done. So it looks like the mutas are not the only thing Warren has to worry about now. The Ultralisks is a very nice answer here to Warren's Infestors and Hydras. I don't think there's going to be too much of an answer at that point, but we're going to see. We're going to find out together. It'd be pretty cool if Warren got Neural Parasite or something like that. But typically speaking, I don't even think he's aware. Yeah, he's not aware that there's a hive, and he's not aware of any of the tech that's here. So it's very hard for him to formulate a solution. I'm not even sure if Neural is actually the answer for Ultras, but you would think it'd be okay, right? Given the composition that he has. So these mutas are going to town on the queens. The main base is under siege. There are like 5 queens here, but like I mentioned, once a critical mass is there, PandaBearMe will be more than happy to take these efficient trades. So the spores aren't a threat anymore. Nothing here is really a threat anymore. There are some hydras coming back. PandaBearMe doesn't want to really get caught in these fungals, but no, he only gets like 2 mutas caught in there. The Ultralisks are showing up now. It's the beginning of the end for Warren. 60 supply left. It's looking like a GG.